Hello, 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 everybody. This is the African Actions Network. I am James Jensen. I'm going to be here for the next. Sorry, I have. My God. Okay, I'm going to be here for the next 30 minutes or 1 hour, and we want to discuss about the runoff elections that is expected on tomorrow, Tuesday, the 14th date of November, 2023. It's no secret that Liberia had its general presidential and legislative elections on the 10th of October. And that election, you had two frontrunners, Ambassador Joseph Boakai and President George Manawiya. And since then, they have been campaigning very seriously, and that is to win the elections, which is scheduled for tomorrow. That is the runoff elections. What brought me here today is about something that many persons have not been discussing about, and that is how can Liberians or the parties, embrace losing the election. I'm aware that everybody are expected to win the election. The CDC, by all accounts, are very sure of winning tomorrow's election, and the Unity Party, Ambassador Barker, is certain of winning the election. But here's the thing: the democratic process or Liberia constitution does not allow two presidents to go for a runoff and to serve for the two presidents to serve as president of that country. Rather, one person will have to win tomorrow's election. Even if, for example, if it is 59 to 60, the person that gets 60 will win the election, right? So then the issue is, are the parties prepared to accept the result of the elections? If election is held genuinely, meaning there is free, fair, transparent elections, sorry, I keep saying elections. It's no more election because legislative election is over. All right. So if the election is won by the CDC or by the Unity Party, are the partisans prepared to accept the result? Are they aware that one person will have to lose the election? No, nobody want to keep their eyes on that. Look, let me say, this is no longer praying to God for you to win the election tomorrow. If you don't have the number, you're just not going to win the election. The only thing we will say, we want to caution the National Election Commission that they have done their best up to this point. And they need to be more focused on the numbers that will be getting in. There was too much of mistakes, uh, too many persons, too many spoiled ballots were seen during the general election. So we hope all precautions were taken, and the parties themselves, we hope they got involved to educate their voters so that you wouldn't have so much spoiled ballots. But if the voters were not educated, as was in the case of the first round, definitely this kind of situation will repeat itself. So we have come to speak about how can you embrace yourself for election. The first thing, these are a few things, and I don't think the parties did those things, right? But this time, we believe the two parties are serious political parties, right? So then the two parties should have had correction of making sure that they had poll workers set for tomorrow's day. Don't wait after election and say, oh, I mean, with the evidence we have in our possession, if you don't have poll watchers all over the country, you just wouldn't have the result. But let me tell you something. The United States just had an election, right? Guess what was happening? before the result was announced, people knew. If I was monitoring the radio, people knew who were the winners of those positions that they vowed for. And there was no difference between those predictions and the result of the election. You know why? Because the people set system into place. Tomorrow election, let's say, for example, if I was quote unquote one of the the war room, technician or technocrat, whatever nomenclature you want to call it, I will want to see all of the tally sheet from all of the polling centers and the precincts within the country. And by the time we get the result coming in, we will start tallying our result. We'll start counting the number. I heard the justice minister saying no more announce result. It's not a crime for any party to start announcing the result, especially so when you are very sure of the numbers that are coming in. In fact, that's the kind of a Democratic Party we want to see. That the party will beat their chest and say, well, you know what? With the figure in our possession, we have won the election. Minus the NEC, right? And that can happen. But the question we have is, if the parties were not responsible enough to make sure that they have poll workers at a different polling center, so that at the end of the day, at the close of the centers, the tally sheet that will be posted, that every party will have a copy of that. So when you get a copy of the tally sheet, what you do, you send it immediately to your war room, or you send it to your party, whatever system they set up, you send it there. And by the time they get it, they calculate that immediately. So you get one tally sheet from the first place, maybe from Robert G. Maybe it's at 200. So those who said in the war room, if there's any, they should just immediately go on their computer and put the 200. You get a tally sheet for Nima Kande Butuo, you get maybe 500. So you add that 200 to that 500, you get 700. So you start counting by that means. And by the close of the day, if you get all of the tally sheet, or let's assume you didn't get all of the tally sheet, because there will always be some errors or some kind of a way. But if you had a system set up, by the close of the day, you can predict the winner of the election. Now, let's assume that generally you are counting, calculating, and all those things, and you have maybe 200 polling centers that they are not coming. Well, when they come in, you say not going to make out the number. Then you call your presidential candidate. Maybe Baka is Mr. Baka, from all indication we can win this election. Or let me be careful here. George, we are from all indication we can win the election. So you had to call Mr. Baka and congratulate him. Or you had to call George, we are congratulating. That's the fair game. So then, the point of thinking of crisis, you have mitigated that just by being meticulous and making sure that you count the result. Count the numbers that are coming to you. But if you don't have, let me see the first thing. If you don't have poll workers to order the polling center, then of course you cannot do what I'm talking about. Right? You cannot do what I'm talking about. But if you had poll workers to all the polling centers, you get their names, you get their phone numbers. You say, look, by the time you get the tally sheet, immediately text it to us. That means you offer a fair game. When you do this kind of thing, then you can be sure, even as a cheating, then you're sure of going to the Supreme Court or firstly filing a complaint and making sure that complaint you win it. But if you don't have a system put in place, like what I'm talking about, you just cannot predict an election result. Because you'll be inaccuracy, or you'll just be number the librarian where we all cause the noise, at the end of the day. Because definitely, let me be honest with you, definitely there'll be a serious disagreement with this coming election. Because what? This election is highly contested. Highly contested. So the only way you can have a pragmatic a result that you're very much sure of, they can beat your chest and say we have won this election, is to have poll workers at the various centers, and not just poll workers, but at least some smart people, not very smart people, but at least people who are very curious and committed, who cannot be bribed, who cannot be pushed around, and someone can say, you know why, I will be at that polling center that everyone that will vote We will know that they are registered voters. I will see the card, and I will make sure that whoever comes to my polling center as a representative of my party, I will have to know that person. So all of the speculations after election will be, you can deal with it at the level of election, because when election is over, you can fight, you go up and come down. Guess what? The result will be announced. So the best bet you can do right now is, and I'm not too sure that these two parties did what I'm talking about. Even the ruling party itself, it is regrettable that you'd be a ruling party for 6 good years and you go to election that you can't put these things in place. You should have even had your list of representatives that you're going to be sending to the different police centers. At a different precinct, you should have had people that you trust people. You should have had a list of people. You know how you paying these people, how you're going to feed these people. At the end of the day, you get a tangible result. So when you get the result, the National Election Commission cannot tamper with the result, because guess what? Even they themselves will know that you have poor workers at the different centers. They will never try to tamper the result. Because realistically, they will be saying, well, we are giving the tally sheet to everybody, or they will know that each of these parties indeed got a copy of the tally sheet. Because when challenging result, guess what? Let's say, for example, if I'm advising a party, or I'm a legal counsel for another party, the first thing I want to, if you want to start raising serious issues, these are the questions I will ask you. Did you get all the tally sheet? If so, can I see it? Because if I don't see it, trust me, I'm not going to put my signature on a complaint or file. So lawyers will be doing this thing. Do you have all of the tally sheet? Then you start scratching your head. Oh, I don't know. Someone we got some, we didn't get some. Then you start making some errors immediately. So I'll be telling local people, you know what? Just congratulate the other party, the winner of the election. So we say these things because it is disheartening to have political parties that are not very, very involved into party activities. You are a political party that are going to election. 6 good years. I mean, no disrespect to any other political party, but we did not see certain things that should have been put into place. With all of the noise that went around for the past few weeks. People go to election, they not even have poll workers. They don't even know, they don't have the list of people to say, well, these are our poll workers. These people, we have 15 counties, we get 200, whatever number. You can even have a press conference now and say, you know what, campaign closed yesterday, but these are high decisions we're going to be making from our technical team. We're going to be having this number of poll workers in this country. We're going to have this number of person there. We're going to have this number of this and that. And you set everything into motion and then just get prepared to accept the election tally sheet by the time the days are, the polling centers are closing. All right. So then if you didn't do that, it's going to be the same speculation, right? We'll say, oh, I get with the data in our possession, within next, when I cheat, I will not do this. And you know why? Because I'm seeing all those things because myself being involved in the election. I come to the election 2020, 2011, right? And what I saw, out of the parties that lose the election in 2011, that late evening, everybody assembled the Prince Johnson house, right? Because they wanted to challenge the result. It was a tough discussion that time, and whatever went on, yeah, that was it. The next morning, I mean, everybody went to SKD, although it was even a tough thing. Prince Johnson didn't want to go to the SKD that morning, when, of course, the midnight meeting was held at a house. So you get to realize that people must be very serious to do certain things. All right? Everybody have some pieces of information on how election was not free, fair, and all of those stuff. By the end of the day, even those who were about the challenge election, like Prince Johnson, when they all came from that Prince Johnson election, when Nima, the next thing is the announcement he made, he jeopardized the effort of every other person. So to challenge election result is not about hearsay. It must be the hard evidence that you have. And the only way we can have hard evidence is what I just said about. You don't have poor workers with the center, then don't waste the time about challenging election result. Well, that evidence that the court won is what I'm just talking about. Do you get a tally sheet? of all of his center. Yes, we have the tally sheet. Do you have the number? Have you tabulated? Okay, maybe in a very technical sense, maybe the judge saying, okay, you know what? Okay, we want to see your tabulation. Send your evidence. Photocopy all of the tally sheet you have. Attach it to your complaint, and then you file it. So when even the election, when the judges or the justices were even not the justices, but it will start with the election commission, right? So election commission herself, when she sees that you have meticulously calculated the result and you are in the right, they themselves will be thinking about, you know what, we have a fundamental error, we have to correct it here, and what have you. But if you don't do so, and dear brothers and sisters, you just waste the time. The usual Liberian way, causing noise at the end of the day, nothing going to happen. Time is not in the favor of any living being. In fact, the world is in crisis today. So don't add your own problem that, because guess what? The world will not listen to you. The world will not listen to you. So do the best you can. All of you that are involved into party leadership, lead of unnecessary talking, you should have advised your bosses. Some of you should have had some of the meeting you're having. I know so that it's not very necessary. Let people want to be on social media. People want to see them, right? Oh, the party secretary, the party chairperson, the party campaign day, the person who close to Joe Weir, the person who close to Broadcast, the kind of name people want. But to actually work to help these people, they wouldn't do it. How much money are going to be spending? None of you. If I were ever to ask maybe the campaign chairperson, how much money have you apportioned to feed or to transport, or pool workers from your end? I doubt it if any of the two parties can say, all rightly, we spend $10 million or spend $100,000 or whatever it is, and we're going to be paying our pool watcher this amount of money. How many you can announce? How many are going to pay those people? How much money you're going to give a pool watcher that will commit himself or herself for that entire day? Y'all want to sit on here, eat the money, and the people go and suffer. That's what Liberian people always like. Right? So this is not, I mean, we all predict, and people don't like to do these things, right? But I would say there's a prediction that there will be conflict from this runoff. You know why we say that? When you give such a high prediction, then people must take all of the necessary precaution to avoid that. We just heard, I think Barker issued a statement that there was some shooting, how you call them? His vice running mate and Senator Prince Johnson, their convoy, were gone out. So we do not know the facts of these circumstances. They said some people got killed. Well, we don't know the actual fact here. But Prince Johnson is a former warlord, right? Prince Johnson, nobody had to say going to shoot gun at him. If he didn't get him, then the school people will be safe. Obviously, the people will die. All right? But maybe the security will come out to give us information on that. But the important discussion here today is, are you embracing yourself as a loser of the election? All of you that get people in this thing that put your whole life on the line for the United Party and for the CDC. The two parties can win election. One person will be the loser, one person will be the winner, right? So then have you embraced yourself? So when we don't get the numbers, we're going to just be honest with our people and say, look, my people who didn't win the election. Joseph Bucket must then call Joe Weir, or Joe Weir call Joseph Bucket. Whoever get the highest number before the close of the pool, let's say the close of the pool, before the election commission can announce the result. But if you don't have a system in play, you're going to be arguing. Confusing the Liberian people, the ordinary people. You're going to be confusing them. At the end of the day, people may even want to join in the street. Ordinary people don't have too much time. They just feel that, okay, some people, and these are some of the issues, right? Some Liberians believe very strongly that this is their time to change their life around. So they're all out there. What if I stand with Joe Weir, my life will be transformed, or I will maintain my job? Others will be saying, well, I have not had a job for the past 6 years. I've been struggling all along. So I'm going the way of Baka. When Baka wins, maybe I can be a minister, I can be a deputy minister, I can be an assistant minister, or I can just get some kind of a job to do. So with all the high expectations, when expectations are not managed, in fact, there should have been, oh God, there should have been some team within those political leadership that will always discuss these things we will discuss it. You don't just put your hope that we will win, we will win, we will win. At the end of the day, when you lose an election, when the children, when it's the citizens, so the citizens lose the election, then they begin to cry, they begin to complain, they begin to see why they want to agitate, they want to get in the street, they want to fight. But you have to be the one that will exercise extreme care to avoid electoral conflict. Extreme care to avoid electoral conflict. Because, look, it's no joke. It hurts those who are spending their money. It hurts ordinary people who are in the street day and night fighting to win election. And they don't win the election. Sometimes the frustration can be so high. And some people can feel like, well, you know what, we can go by way of violence. We can stop the winner from being inaugurated. Sometimes it can be so brutal, and we don't want to see those things. That's the singular reason why I came on here this day. So I can question all of you people. You know why? Some of you that used to be in classes, right? Like, for example, the school year end and you don't pass. You know how frustrating it can be? Right? You get your card to a rare mark in it. You're even scared to go carry it to your parent. But yet, still, you will still go home. And that's how we want the election to be. No matter the result, you must embrace it and get ready to live your life. Right? So that's the cardinal reason why we want to talk to each one of you. Make sure that you are in this political campaign. You have been in a political campaign. However, someone will have to be the loser of the election. Many persons not talking this, right? Everybody I've been listening to. We will win. We will win. The same thing happened in the general election. Out of 20 persons, 18 parties dropped. Today, these people are in their life, right? Some of them pledged support. They didn't go fight. So the two of you, no one will go fight. The only thing we urge that the election commission must do the most honorable thing expected of them. They are about to set record for themselves. David Edward Brown, you are about to set record for yourself. Let me be honest with you. I'm proud of you, David Edward Brown, because guess what? We all thought the first one election there would have been some problem, right? But I mean, at that stage, many of us got convinced that, well, you did well. Even though there were problems, but to the overall, you did extremely well. Election Commission, you did extremely well. We must commend you guys for that. But guess what? Do not spoil it at this time. Do not please mess it up. Keep your record high. You're about to make history for yourself. The Edward Brown and all of the commissioners. If they runoff election go, smoothly, with no hindrance, you have make record for generation. Your children unborn will forever remember you. But guess what? If you mess it up, your children will all suffer it. They will always, you see, everybody who living today, you're not going to cry on Emmett Hammer. Emmett Hammer's name is everybody morph, right? So even in his grave, I know he's trembling in our grave, right? So please, election commissioners, do your best. You have done extremely well. Keep it up and do not allow any temptation to sway you. Count the numbers and give it to the Liberian as they are. Whether there will be somebody will disagree or not disagree, that shouldn't be your worry. Count the numbers. Give it to them just as real as they are. You win yourself a gold medal. The international community will respect all of you. There was too much speculation about you, David Edward Brown. You know that. And we know some of the speculation was so high that it was difficult for people to trust you. But you are convincing everybody. You're proving to people that you're working beyond party, quote unquote party, quote unquote your friend we are, and all of this stuff. We did not exhibit that. So we ought you not to. Count the numbers, give it to them. That's what you need to do. Don't care who gets certified, who don't certify, all the thing. Count the numbers sincerely and give it to the Liberian people. And then you will set a record for yourself. That's all you need to do. Under the kind of circumstances, don't worry about whether we are get vexed or he will lose election. Don't worry about him. Joseph Boakai, whether Joseph Boakai win election, don't even worry about them. Don't think about them. You are in charge. The commissioner, it is you that control Liberia right now. It is you that Liberia look up to. Not Joey, the president, right? You know why they put the constitution set the stage for the election commission? In time like this, you are the supreme. You are the one who forming a government. So you shouldn't worry whether somebody going to certify, something not going to certify. All you have to do is to make sure that you have done the honorable thing. You're counting the number as they are coming in. And give the Liberian people their result. That's what you need to do. If they not certify, they won't go to the commission and go to the Supreme Court. That when you done your job, as long as you are honest with yourself, they can even go in the sky, they fall, and they come out of their business. Just give them the raw material, give them the result, an honest result. That's all you need to do. The other brand, if you can do that, you have set record for yourself, not just for yourself, for your children, not just for your children, for your children. The next 100 years, as long as Liberia exists, your name will go down in history of conducting one of the most respected, free, fair, transparent election in the history of Liberia. So, hey, we challenge you guys. Do it for yourself and do it for the people of Liberia. And then you will be remembered. To the political parties, if you didn't do anything for yourself, be prepared to accept an honest result. Because guess what? Even the other brand can do all they want to do. Some of you people, the way you're even going right now, people say people taking guns and all of this stuff. Somebody can get even a clean election result. They will complain. You know why? It's because this is the issue, right? There are few persons with the CDC. There are few persons with the United Party that don't care whatever the result is. They can survive whether it's raining, whether it's sun shining, whether the moon coming down, or the snow. No snow can come in Liberia, right? So I don't know what else to say. They can survive. They can maneuver. They can live. They can fight to get a job. But a bulk of the people, both from CDC and the Unity Party, that will only depend on someone appointing them in the public office, when even they are not qualified. Those people, they will want to take gun, they want to take knife, they want to take any kind of weapon they can get. They're not going to help anybody. Jim Jensen said, "No, yeah, I want Liberia to be peaceful. I want Liberia to be just as successful as it will be." Because guess what? We said in America here, the American people system were created years back. And some of us see some things. Somebody can get up and say, well, this is what I want to do, right? If you don't have the resources, but at least the opportunity is there for you to do something. That's the kind of society we all wish for. It's not about hate. Some people will be thinking, oh, the people hate. Nobody hate anybody. You do the right thing. Liberian will be good to go. And they will respect all of you guys. We were coming in Liberia, they have many companies. My parents work for the NIOC, the National NIO Company. Guess what? We were going to school when school closes to get for our books. Somebody used to spend our time in bedroom, right? Because I have a set of books at the close of every school year. Give me a whole set of books. Just a book, just to even browse through them, just to look at them. It brought joy to some of us. That's the kind of society we want to see. Let the children be encouraged to go to school. Get ready. Maybe after this we'll be talking about how the winner's going to form a government, right? I heard some foolish from Eugene Namba, my own friend and brother. He made some foolish statement. It doesn't matter how campaign is, right? You have an obligation. The Constitution says, well, there must be equal opportunity. You cannot come on public forum and be talking about, well, we will not employ any unity parties in because you want to see a strong opposition. That's not the issue. You missed this issue already. The issue is the Constitution mandates you, officials of government, or the winning government, to form a government, give opportunity to all Liberians. Not because CDC must be a strong opposition. Yeah, I agree with strong opposition. But you cannot come on public forum and make the kind of a statement. So we hope people like Eugene will be able to guide people. He's a learned man, but you cannot go in public places and make the kind of, sorry to say, reckless statement. cannot come and you say, well, you're not getting certain political party job. You say that alone, you defeat the purpose of the government. And we hold Liberian people did not listen to that because at the end of the day, these are campaign statements that people can go against you for. So you can't do that kind of thing. And Eugene, you know that. That was a slip of the tongue, anyway, I would think. However, today's program is only to tell you guys that, hey, election, the all-awaited election. Many people did, the two parties did extremely well. They went in the trenches to campaign. That was good of you all. But guess what? The party with the highest number will win election. There is no runoff at this time. So the party with the highest number will win the election. Even one vote above one other person, be it CDC or Unity Party, whatever way it goes, that person will be the winner of the election. All right. So somebody will have to drop or somebody will have to lose the election. So then you all must do the best you can to keep Liberia safe. Losing election, you have another time to come. 2029 is coming. You can still mount the pressure on yourself, go through your process, the mistakes you made, and then you can get ready to contest 2029 election. But do not allow any ego to lead you into getting into violence. It's not going to be good for you. Sometimes you lose your life, or some relative of yours lose their life, or something happened. So you do the best thing. For example, Tiawon Gonglo, I saw he was the first person who felt he didn't make a good mark. So he honestly said, well, I must drop off the election, right? He didn't wait for election result to be totally announced. He came out, he spoke. That's the kind of a democracy we want to see. You get in the kind of competition, when you don't make it, be sincere with yourself. Come on, you say, well, I just didn't make it. Maybe you talk to your supporter, and your supporter themselves will understand. Then people will become peaceful. Okay, you know what we do? We start thinking, what do we do? Okay, we have to work with the government elected to see what we can do. And after that, the parties themselves that took part in the election, you're not just about yourself, all right? We saw people pledging support here, there, and yonder. The question that comes to my mind is, I wonder for what are they doing it? Maybe a party leader wants to get a certain position, so he's doing that. And people don't care about the people who work with them. After all the process over, they just leave. That's not party politics. Party politics is, do you want to negotiate for your party officials, your party members? You can tell that, okay, elections won. Let's say Barker won or Joe Weir won. You might be able to sit with any of those people. So look, I know things are hard. We didn't make it. We had a lot of expenses. Well, I'm not talking much about myself, but we had young people, other Liberians who were with us. So I presented to you these names. Can you consider them? We're going to talk more on this one. By the time it comes to when we know the window, don't be talking about how the government should be formed, right? We have some serious suggestions because guess what? Liberian people, they are so much wicked to one another. Complete wickedness. He appointed people who not even qualify. I can get someone mad, right? What we're heading out here yesterday to go to school and try to go mad and be among the number, even with our low C, we still want to be in the number because we felt that it was even a merit system that would get people to position. But we are king, Ellen King, she did her own, we are king, they made the worst out of it. So we don't know what's going to happen next, right? So no merit system these days. Everybody gets out to do what they want to do because this person is my friend. There are people who don't want to be a sycophant. I'm one person. I don't think means anybody going to employ me because guess what? If I'm in your cabinet, you can trust me. Even Mr. President make an error, I would say, look, Mr. President, no disrespect. The people watching us, so let's do the best we can. Right? Or you see some sycophant just talking in cabinet meeting because they feel like they want to get special favor. You can trust me. We'll shame and name one another in there. Because guess what? At the end of the day, your name, the government name, is what everybody should fight to protect. But we will come to that. This broadcast right now is to tell all of you, be peaceful on tomorrow. If you go to vote and see violence, what I can tell you, your life is better than violence. When you are dead, you don't get account for your own life. You go to a polling center, you must be watched Be your own security. Watch around you. Before you even leave your house, listen to the radio, know what is going on. If there's any serious violence, somebody will tell you, say you must go. No, I wouldn't tell you that. I would tell you, say, when there's any sound of violence, do not go there. If you go there, there's violence, do not take part. Just leave quietly and go home. Say that. Because when you join the violence, you never know whether you go back to your house. Violence don't get, sometimes people throwing rocks, you don't know what's going to happen to you. You could lose your eyes, your head could be blooded, you could even lose your life. So do not join people into saying, well, we will go there. Oh, we want election. Oh, the people cheating us. Oh, this and that. There are processes involved in dealing with the situation. If you are a pool watcher and there are wrongdoing at the polling centers, the best you can do, you call state security. State security. In fact, you don't call state security. If you can, well, that's good. But I would think the first thing you do is you call your party leaders. See, there's some things going on here we don't think is correct. All right. And those party leaders, when you go in, you're not going to carry your arm or, we're going to fight, we're going to do this. No. If party leaders, you get a kind of call that you call justice minister, if you have access to his number, or you call anybody in the security apparatus, say, look, at this is a precinct, this is a polling place, we had a report that certain things going on. You can't fight for yourself. You can't go and say, well, oh, the poor cheating us here. We're going to catch a ballot. We're going to take the ballot away. No, you can't do that. You do this thing and you're creating so much chaos for yourself. So all we have done here at 2A Radio, we're calling all of you, be as peaceful as you can. Do the most honorable thing. To be a citizen of a country, what is required of you is that self-respect, right? And then respecting the processes that are put into place. Election is a constitutional process. The Constitution sets this thing so that you have your right to make a decision. The campaign time is over, right? So this is the time you be sober-minded, start thinking about your life. How is it going to be the next 6 years? Why you don't get a job? The same situation, play in. What are you going to do? You must always fight and fight. I don't know how long you're going to fight for, but you must keep fighting. When I say fighting, I'm not saying I'm going to the street now. Fight your internal fight. Challenge yourself every time. I'm here. My condition has not changed. How can I change it? Sometimes it's very difficult to change condition. But you must be man or you must be woman to say, well, this is my position. This is where I find myself. I will have to strive. Liberia comes to the point where even if you can, sell your potato grains to survive, you do it with honesty. Keep striving. This life is not going to be so easy, right? We'll be talking to the leaders those who are going to be elected tomorrow. You can kind of appoint Georgia, maybe we can Samuel 12, I'm not expecting if God, before people get versed with me, right? Just in case the CDC win election, you can't bring Samuel 12 finance minister and all of the jokers are in the same position. They are not the only Liberians. They are competent Liberian. They have Georgia. You said Samuel 12, the only educated man but that was one of the worst statements you made, Georgia, at the time. Samuel 12 is not the only person. He's not the I don't think he's the best finance minister ever. Right? So you might be thinking about, who can be finance minister. I know, Joe, I don't listen to anybody on that because you respect Samuel so much, right? So all I'm saying here, if you will ever win this election, you will be thinking about new breed of leadership. This thing will go to Baka. If Baka wins the election, we expect Baka to form a team, a real team that can change the situation around. You want to see a transformation of Liberia. And to do it, you can't keep seeing old people in the system. They see old people that came out, that destroyed Liberia, that stole money, that corrupt the country, and you keep bringing the same people in the power. You know what I'm saying that for? Because the party being in power 12 years. It will not be a surprise. Joseph Boga win election. You bring almost those same old people on board. Because guess what? I'm not sure any political party has a database of competent Liberians. They can say, well, we're going to database, we want to find a minister, we'll go there and check for the best. Or we ask Liberians to send the best name. Or let's say, although there's appointment, don't get me wrong, there is constitution to speak about appointment, right? But there's nothing wrong with you telling people, Liberia, you know why? I want the best finance minister. Let me be honest with you. I see opening sometimes right, but when I see opening, I know my CV cannot fit in there. I don't deceive myself. Why do I go waste my time when I know okay they need an IT specialist? Even though I play with computer, I play with softwares and all of those stuff, but I'm not to that level. So to go and apply for it, even my CV will not support that I'm in that position. So sometimes it's just about opening position out, get like an opportunity. When you form a government, irrespective of who individuals are, you can sit and relax yourself as a leader. And we're going to talk more on that. But today, the only reason I came out here for is to caution you: no fighting. Tomorrow, run of election, no fighting. Don't say you don't. You are not state security, right? Even the state security hand. Let me warn Musa Dean, all the security people then too. Sometimes the utterances you can make, you can destroy a lot of things before you can to face it. It's difficult. Mm-hmm. So then, when elections are held, parties have all right to predict election result. What they don't have is to announce final result. They don't have any right to announce final result, but they can announce result as they get it. Right? 2 years ago, I got few when the first round over. I got few tally sheet from Lofa County. I wanted to start announcing the result, but I told myself this would not be fair to myself because I know the process, so I wouldn't get all of the result, all of the tally sheet in the country. So I told our correspondent, I said, you know what, we can't get involved in the adventure. So I didn't even waste my time on that. So guess what? I decided to rely on the National Election Commission that was announcing the result. All right. And so we started following through on those things. So the same thing go with everybody in the election. If you're a political party, you don't have that standing, you don't have the means of knowing the numbers very well, you don't get involved in announcing results because you will not reach to a conclusion. At the end of the day, you just start misleading people with information, all of those stuff, which shouldn't be good. All right. So yeah, so that's what we have to tell all of you today. Please, please, please. The runoff election, violence started already. Some people have already lost their lives. Right? Nima County, Joseph Barker said the convoy of the United Party was fired at, and we got information that some people got killed. Right? Whether true or not, you see, these are some of the issues. Right? Liberia is so backward that people don't take things very serious. When something like this happens, the very first group of people that should always speak state security. The justice ministry must be the first group of. You don't wait until parties start talking about there was some, gun firing, how to say. Even you don't get all of the detail. It's expected that state security will come out. Oh, you know what? There's information, there's situation in Nima County. We got the detail, but not detail. We got the information. We want to tell Liberian to be calm. We handle the situation. We're going to go. So you give Liberian the first thing, and as the situation unfolds, you keep giving them the detail. But you don't wait until things escalate. You don't wait until the sources are coming from other people. That's not good security. I'm not a security person, but being a lawyer, I know some of these little things, how people should handle these things. Okay, so that's what we want to tell other people. There could be a situation that will be serious on one of day because people's expectations are so high. So security people had to know what to do. Another thing is you don't put AFL out honestly, and I do not think that's why AFL, I think they know what they're supposed to do. They are not supposed to be in a kind of democratic exercise. There's too much speculation about Prince C. Johnson and other stuff. We don't go into those things sooner because we don't know the full details. But that's why you have, in those institutions, you have a public relation team that will always arrest the kind of matters and be able to give information to the public, those ones that are not too sensitive. But either any sensitive information or information they're getting is not too correct, but at least they might be able to speak and give people the information necessary so that people cannot go amok. All right. So these are issues that people should be concerned about. We are concerned about the runoff election. We are concerned about every Liberian, the safety of Liberian, the ballot papers, how people should do everything possible to make sure that people don't get involved in. And the last time we heard that the National Election Commission sent some magistrate for prosecution, which is very good. These are the things that people want to see. If somebody think they will leave their house because they believe they can make Joey win or they can make Joseph Parker win and they get involved in fraudulent activities, Liberia must reach a point when people are caught in this. In fact, that's another topic we're going to talk about one day. Because when people are involved in fraudulent activities, there should be no reason people should be hailing these people because of why. Whether the person is this, that person's right. People should be named and the rest of the country should go on in a peaceful way, and people should stand their ground to respect what is right. All right. So when people get involved in any fraudulent activity tomorrow, state security shouldn't say, well, this person is CDC agent or that, those kind of things. You don't buy it. If anybody get involved in stuffing ballot boxes illegally, that person should be arrested. And not only that, that person should be prosecuted, and that person should spend some time in behind bars, and that person even lose in America get involved in fraud. Guess what? I don't think you ever get a job in this country, right? So these are the serious matters that people should always find from. We want to develop society for that country, that young people coming up, let people get to enjoy their life before they age out. All right? So you're who are leading the people, whether party, whether government, whether security people, whatever the situation is, you must always ensure that there is no violence, that violence has no place in a democratic society. Let everybody be peaceful. You go, you vote, you leave, and go sit down. When you finish voting your own over, the rest is left with the election commission. You can't hear somebody say, oh, they're cheating, or then you leave your house, you go get in the street to go because you think you are the strongest person. You don't do that. You vote, you go home, you find your driver, you eat, you get your chicken or whatever you get, you eat, stay with your children, or stay with your relatives, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. You can keep monitoring election, right? But no one should get involved in agitating and calling for violence. You're not going to help anybody. You can't destroy the country right now. The little that you have, let it be there, nobody be on it. You have caused sufficient northern campaign, and I think it's time for you to go vote tomorrow. Okay? And after voting, we all will keep watching our election commission. If there's any evidence of cheating, collect your evidence. Don't fight. Collect your evidence, take pictures. That's one of the other things. If the pool watchers are going with phones, with cameras, with data on their phones, everything that's funny happening, all they do is they take pictures of the scene or videotape. You don't fight. Videotape of the scene and get prepared to report back home. When you get back home, you're not the lawyer for the political party. The lawyer will look at all the pieces of evidence. They will determine what is reasonable that they will proceed, with a complaint filed with the election commission. So when you have how you call it, pool workers, pool watchers, they should be able to. I'm sure you'll talk to them. You people can be in political party. You can tell people what they should be doing. All right. But if those of you listen to me, pool watcher, that's what you need to do. Get your phone charged. Get your data. You don't get data, complain. I mean, tell those people sending you on the field to get out of scene because even for your own safety, right? So you take pictures, you take videos, and all of this stuff. When you leave, you can send those things forward. Another thing you probably can do, you can't be a pool watcher and be on social media. That's not your role. You can't be a pool watcher. You're not the one to complain, right? Except there's real serious situation. Ordinary people can do that, but you should be able to collect evidence for your party. That's the best thing you can do. Let those who go into polling centers be the one to be on the social media. A poll worker, except the very extreme, and I don't think the poll watchers should even handle the kind of extreme situation. So they shouldn't be in the business of, getting on social media here, there, and there. You should be about what you see, what the situations are like, who is voting wrongfully, whatever is doing. If there are contentious issues, the party should have a team that will immediately go to those places, handle the matter. Just call your party. You know what? I think you have to send a team here. Things are not going too well here. We appreciate that you send a team here. Let them come there. Your own, that way you want to say pool watcher. They don't say pool, what do I say? They don't say what, pool security. They say pool watcher. You only there to watch, to see for yourself. If there's any error, you document. You take pictures. You do video recording. That's what you do. So you are a pool watcher, not pool security. You know, they want to make determination whether somebody's going to go to jail or this person having sport ballot or the thing. If you can see it, click, take a picture. All right. You can call the election commission to a point that this man ID card or the man has voted once, he came back and can't vote. Why? If you don't get answers, you call your people and tell them. Or you tell the election commission workers or the workers of the NEC, okay, we're documenting this. This is not clear. This person here, something here. So we're documenting this. That's what you need to do. By that, you help the country, you help the society to move forward. Right? So these are the issues we have for today. And we want to say, wish all of you good luck. Have a successful, peaceful election tomorrow. Don't give up. It's time for everything. But your campaign is over. From now to tomorrow, don't join the argument. If you hear something, say something. You hear somebody planning to go do some disturbances, call some security person and let them know. Or you call your party, those of you who are part of the party team. Other than that, ordinary citizen, you hear people doing something, sometimes you call security, right? They don't come, but it's not your business. Except they involve your life, right? Those who don't hear and they're in leadership, they can take their own weight, they can take their own beating sometimes. So all you do in your surrounding, hearing people, maybe tonight, those who want to get involved in clandestine activity, we want to stop ballot, we want to take some ballot boxes somewhere else, all out of crazy stuff. You're going to hear a lot of stuff. Sometimes you don't get involved in these things because why? It's not your business. You are not employed to do that. You don't, people are not even paying you, but you just want to talk. So that's what I want to tell you all the people today. Be your own security. Be on top of things. Do all you can to stay peaceful. There's a tomorrow. All right. After tomorrow, guess what? Liberia will still be. You still have to live. You still have to find your own struggle. We told people from the onset. Election is just about an event. After the event, you were selling Birabo, you will end up going back to sell Birabo. Until maybe when the change comes, I don't know how it's going to come, but you can be there fighting for everybody at the polling center. You vote, you go home. Okay? So that's how I want to come to the close of today's program. We said we wanted to talk to you, and that's what we have for you today. The cardinal issue is you must embrace yourself for losing an election, especially the leadership of these two parties. There's only one party that will win election. So you can't pretend about that. One party will have to win the election. The two party, the expectations are there. That sounds good. At this time, God are going to come down to say, well, what you fail to do. If you have some lapses with your own campaign, you didn't reach out to the people or the people don't favor you, you can't force it. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. We want to say at this stage, share the video, make a comment, like if you can. Until next time, maybe tomorrow we'll be here to also talk to you as we see the election going on. Other than that, we say you are almost crossing the Rubicon, right? So do not sit and allow anything to get in the way. Till the other Brown, you are setting record for yourself. You did it for the first round, the second round. Do not allow any discussion, anybody calling you and say, oh, you know what, we can't let the thing loose. Do your honorable thing. You make record for yourself. To all of the commissioners, we want to say bravo to all of you people for the job well done. But this is the time that you have to complete your task. All right, when you're done that, trust me, you set record for yourself. Okay? So that's how we come to the close of the program today. And this is the African Action Network. Until next time, I am James Jensen. Be good.